In hard times, it can be hard to make your money last. Whether you've lost your job, had your pay cut, or your living costs are going up, it can be hard to feel financially stable. But there are real things you can do to make your money go further and get yourself out of debt. In this video, we'll look at some ways to make your money last longer when times are hard. Make sure to subscribe to our channel if you haven't done it yet and press the bell icon for regular updates. Let's get started. Number 1. Create a budget. In hard times, the first step to making your money last is to make a budget. A budget lets you keep track of your income and spending and figure out where you can cut back. Start by making a list of all the ways you make money, such as your job, side jobs, and government perks. Then make a list of all your costs, such as rent/mortgage, utilities, groceries, transportation, paying off debt, and spending money you don't have to. Once you know how much money you make and how much you spend, you can see where you can save money. Look for costs like eating out, subscription services, and fun that you can do without. Try to keep your costs as low as possible while still having a good quality of life. Number 2. Build an emergency fund. A savings account designated specifically for use in the event of unforeseen circumstances or urgent financial needs is referred to as an emergency fund. When unanticipated costs come up, like auto repairs or medical bills, it might help you avoid racking up debt or drawing from your savings, both of which are bad financial moves. Your savings for unexpected events should, ideally, be sufficient to cover your living expenditures for 3 to 6 months. If you do not already have an emergency fund, you should begin by putting aside a certain amount of money from each month's paycheck. If at all feasible, try to put away at least 10% of each paycheck that you get. You may also automate your savings by setting up monthly transfers from your checking account to your savings account. This will allow you to save money without having to remember to do it. Number 3. Reduce debt. Getting out of debt can help you stretch your money when times are hard. Credit card debt and other forms of high-interest debt can quickly get out of hand and drain your funds. If you owe money on your credit cards, pay off the amounts with the highest rates of interest first. Think about getting a lower interest rate personal loan or a balance transfer credit card to help you pay off your debt. If you have student loans, you might want to sign up for a plan that changes your monthly payments based on your income and the number of people in your family. You can also look into ways to get your loans paid off if you work in public service. Number 4. Rethink your savings strategies. When it comes to handling your money, it's important to not only pay off your debt, but also reevaluate your short-term and long-term savings goals. One way to do this is to find savings goals that aren't necessary and can be put on hold or put off for a while, like saving for a vacation or a new car. When the economy is unclear, it might be a good idea to put the most effort into building an emergency fund. As a general rule, you should have 3 to 6 months worth of costs saved up in an easy-to-access savings account. Number 5. Generate extra income. During difficult circumstances, if you can generate more revenue, it will be easier for your money to last. Look for side jobs that you can do in your spare time that utilize your skills and hobbies, such as pet sitting, tutoring, or freelancing. You might also consider selling things like clothing, electronics, or furniture that you no longer use in your life. Consider launching your own company if you're seeking a method of generating revenue that's more secure over the long term. You have many options when it comes to deciding what kind of business you want to launch, including online retail, consulting, or coaching. Before you begin your company, you should have a strong business plan together and do some research on the market you will be operating. Number 6. Be mindful of your spending. During hard times, you can make your money last longer if you watch how much you spend. Before you buy something, think about whether you really need it or just want it. If you don't want to buy something on the spot, you might want to wait a day or two. You can also look for ways to spend less, like using coupons, shopping during sales, or buying generic names. Instead of a credit card, use cash or a debit card to avoid getting into debt. Number 7. Contribute to your retirement contributions. During this time, you should keep putting as much money as you can into your savings accounts. If you need to move some of your money around, you could make short-term changes to your payments and use any leftover money to pay for necessities, pay down debt, or add to your emergency fund. For long-term financial security, it is important to keep making regular payments to your retirement funds. That's all for today. Give this video a big thumbs up and make sure to follow us for more amazing content.